got to talk about the tale of three journalists. Well, kind of. Um, Don Lemon, Chris Cuomo, and I want to talk about Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, I know. Don Lemon, there's a viral clip of Don Lemon going on this absolute Trump deranged rant where, I'm going to have to censor a lot of this out because there's a lot of F-bombs being dropped in the clip. But I'm going to play that clip for you because it almost seems as if Don Lemon has just completely gone off the deep end. And it's kind of interesting to watch because someone who, I don't want to say, Don Lemon's well known. Let's just call a spade a spade. A lot of folks know the name Don Lemon. Whether or not we agree that he's a good journalist or was good in his previous jobs, right? People know the name Don Lemon, but Don Lemon has completely gone off the deep end trying to maintain some relevancy or being an independent, on his own, not independent politically, but just outside of the mainstream media conglomerate, right? Here's this clip of Don Lemon. You guys are just going to shake your head, man. It's just like, you gotta be kidding me, man. You gotta be kidding me. And of all things, he calls MAGA a cult, but check it out.
Finding out, you dumb fucking idiots. Now you're just figuring this shit out. You're so fucking stupid and you deserve it. You fucking deserve it because you're so dumb. Jim, it's hypocrisy. So go with me here. Yes, I am gloating over your stupidity and how you were taken. I'm cackling in Kamala, says in Shanta. You have been co-opted because you're in a fucking cult and you don't even realize it because you have stupid MAGA brain and you don't get it. How stupid and dumb are you? And I'm just going to I can't wait to go through this. Okay. So I'm going to read this again. So Krishnan's appointment triggered an anti-Indian backlash on social media, particularly given his past advocacy for increasing green cards and immigration broadly. Oh no, immigration. We can't do the immigration because it's hot in here, guys. Sorry. Woo! Thank you. We can't do the immigration because, the immigration, it triggers some people. You know what they're saying about the anti-immigrant stuff, right? Who's in to say that one of the jobs you might be seeking won't be one of those white jobs? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
Yeah, okay, Don. Alrighty. So we see where Don's gone. And, one of the things that I really take issue with out of that whole nonsensical rant is the fact that he called us a cult. And I've talked about this previously, but one thing that I can say about the right is that we're definitely not a cult. We don't have a cult leader. We don't have a god that is, on this earth that is Trump, that a lot of people on the left say Trump is not our god. Okay, not at all, not even close, not even a little bit, right? There is only one God, and it ain't Trump. All right. It's always funny that they say that because even folks like myself, for example, with this whole Mike Johnson situation that is I think it's actually today. The vote is going to happen today. I disagree with Trump. Trump says, no, we need to confirm Mike Johnson. And in me, I say, hell no. Mike Johnson can kick rocks. I understand why Trump is saying that, but no, Mike Johnson can kick rocks. Okay. But there's one disagreement that we have. And it's not like people are gonna, oh my goodness, Rich, you're a traitor, blah, 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 blah. Now, if I was on the left, that's exactly what people would say. If I was on the left and I disagreed with Biden or Kamala, oh my goodness, Rich, you're a traitor. How dare you? You're a MAGA extremist. You let Trump get you, blah, 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 blah. No. On the right, we don't do that. On the left, they do. We're allowed to disagree on the right. And even somebody like Stephen A. Smith, who I would even call a journalist, knows this. He even admits it. Check it out.
The only way for Trump to pull this off is to make the argument that it's all about America. It's all about America. And anything that contributes to America being number one is something that we should support. That has to be his argument. And it gets very, very interesting because now it's a debate. And having that debate, here's where the advantage is. At least in the Trump administration, there appears to be a debate allowed. What has ailed the Democrats? It's not an ideology alone. It's not their feelings alone. It's the fact that if you refuted what they said, if you are part of their party, cancel culture kicked in. If you were not a part of their party, it was ostracism and it was ultimately hate mongering and fear mongering that was thrown into the equation. There was no room for a debate. And enough voices weren't being heard. Diversity amongst those voices not being heard. You're black, you're white, you're gay, you're lesbian, you're heterosexual, you're transgender. It don't matter. You still had to have one form of thinking if you fell under their umbrella. Otherwise, you were pushed out. If Trump is saying there needs to be a healthy debate about America first, meaning the country, or America first, meaning people born in this country, and sacrificing the best that may exist out there across the globe, and that's a discussion that's worth having, all of a sudden that opens the floodgates for an abundance of other things that we can discuss. But most importantly, I agree with the idea of there being an open, robust debate about it because it is not something that the Democrats allow. The Democrats stopped letting people decide. One could easily argue.
Bingo. See, and it's crazy. Stephen A. Smith is a sports commentator, and even he's telling the truth about it. But we're a cult, though. Even that topic of discussion, the H-1B visas, I'm a little on the fence by it, right? Like, I don't even completely agree with Trump on that thing. I mean, I understand where he's coming from. Like, hey, we shouldn't be allowing talented people that can really contribute to America and the excellence of America. We shouldn't be allowing them to leave and go be excellent in other countries. Like, allow them to be excellent here. Create those businesses and great things here. I understand that. But the thing about it is that whole thing needs to be reformed a little bit because I think there are some companies that have stretched that way too far. I agree with the concept, like what I just explained, but I feel like in its actual application, there's a lot more people that are being accepted into America than what is necessary, in my humble opinion. And it's all, for the big corporations that need employees. Cheap labor. So if you can take that out of the equation, okay, sure. And we're only allowing like the best and the brightest. All right, I'll take that because I can see that making America excellent, continuing to make America great. Not allowing the greatest minds to leave and go to other countries and build great businesses and contribute their abilities in other countries. Like, no, contribute it here. But you also have to completely limit that to only the best and brightest. And not just, we need some extra workers, so come on in, guys. Loopholes. Eliminate the loopholes. All right, I'll just put it that way. Someone else that is telling the truth is Chris Cuomo. And I'll give him a little credit. But like I said, I think that people on the left, like Stephen A., Chris Cuomo, even a guy like Van Jones, they see the writing on the wall. Not everybody on the left sees it. Cenk Uygur, right? Ana Kasparian. All these folks, they see the writing on the wall. The direction that the left is going in is a direction of a complete party collapse. And I'm so serious. If the left does not change course, the trajectory that they're on is an utter party collapse post 2028. When they get clobbered in 2028, they're going to have to either, I would assume that they would completely change the party name altogether. Like, they got to do something drastic to completely change course. Because what they're doing now is not conducive to winning. Pushing people out of your party that slightly disagree with you isn't conducive to winning. What people on the right, with us on the right, what we're doing is conducive to winning. Even Cenk Uygur had said it. He was like, if you disagree, if you're on the left and you disagree by 5%, they call you a MAGA extremist. But on the right, if you agree with them by 5%, they start welcoming you in. And I'm like, hell yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what we do. Because we understand that's a winning strategy. We understand that pushing people away is just stupid. like Lindy Lee, the woman who was a mega fundraiser for the Kamala Harris campaign. When I put out that story, reported on that story, in that video, and hopefully she watched it, probably not, but hopefully she did. But in that video, I said directly to the camera, and I was speaking to Lindy Lee. It's like, Lindy Lee, hey, you're welcome here on the right. You are welcome over here. And a lot of y'all agreed in the comment section because we welcome people in, because that makes us stronger. And also, hey, having having someone that can raise a lot of funds on the right is something beneficial. So we'll take that for sure. We'll take her services on our side of the political aisle. But with that being said, let's jump into this Chris Cuomo video.
Found completely appalling and outrageous was how unimpressed lefties were by Trump getting shot in the head. And how many of you would say, will you stop saying he got shot in the head? It just nicked his ear. Once again, to my earlier point, fuck you. You get nicked in the ear by a bullet and tell me that it's no big deal. I'm good. Nah. That's crazy. If that had happened to Harris, you guys would have talked about it for 3 days nonstop about how we're in helter-skelter mode or whatever it is. And then you go call me a bigot for saying that. This is why you lost the election. That's exactly why you lost the election. You are out of touch. You lost the plot about how people feel in the majority. That's what you did. And that was a perfect example of it, that situation. Oh, I think it was just a teleprompter. You would have never assessed it that way if you didn't wish the guy had died. How fucked up is that?
Hey, he's speaking some facts. And the people on the left, if that happened to Kamala, oh my goodness, they'd still be losing their minds over it. Still would be losing their minds over it. But because it was Trump, mainstream media doesn't even talk about it anymore. This guy was literally almost assassinated on live television, and they don't talk about it anymore. They don't say a single thing about it. It's almost as if it never happened. When's the last time you heard mainstream media mention it? When's the last time? I'll wait. It's literally been since like 2 weeks after. 2 weeks after it happened, they stopped mentioning it. And even like a few days after, they like really, really slowed down talking about it, right? It was just sparingly over like over that 2 week span afterwards. But after 2 weeks, done. Story gone. But if that had been Kamala, they would still be talking about it to this day. To this day.
That you wished he had died. That you play down that he was shot at. It was disgusting. And I, for one, felt a measure of satisfaction that you were punished for it politically, because there is no place for that. Oh, he would have. He is not the standard of any kind of virtue, okay? And he still beat you. Man, if there is something that I hope in this stupid, bifurcated party system that we have, that you guys wake up and realize, is you don't get to tell people that they don't know that they don't get to feel how they feel. You got to figure out why they feel how they feel and meet them there and offer them something better. Otherwise, whoever doesn't do that is going to lose. And it doesn't matter if it's Donald Trump. If he's closer to how people feel in the moment than you lose. That's facts.
That's facts. And Trump was talking about exactly how we felt. how we feel. While Trump was talking about all of these issues and how terrible the border was and all of this other stuff, people on the left were saying, well, the border's closed, the border's secure. While Trump was talking about how bad the economy is and how they have absolutely destroyed it, people on the left, like there was the clip of Don Lemon, and actually I reported on that story. People on the left, like Don Lemon, were all saying the economy is great. Actually, if you look at these statistics, the economy is good. It's amazing. While Trump was talking about how crime has risen, which we all know, we feel it. We live in our communities and walk around and drive around. Like, we see this. We know. It's like, it's almost as if like, and I think I said this before. It's almost as if like we're looking at our grass. We're touching it. We see it. It's in our hands. We see the blades of grass and it's green. But all the Democrats were saying, no, that's sand and it's purple. It's not green and it's not grass. And it's like, no, this is definitely grass. I'm holding it. It's green. Like I can see the blades of grass. And Democrats are yelling at us saying, no, that's sand and it's purple. That's exactly what just happened over the last 4 years. That's exactly what has happened. Everything that we knew to be the truth, the Democrats told us it was the exact opposite. And that's why I said recently in a video, whatever they say or whatever they tell us to do, I believe or I do the exact opposite. If they tell me that I need to get the splooge, no. Hell no. If they tell me I need the booster too, fuck no. Kick rocks. I'll take my chances. If they tell me that the sky is red, nah. Nope. If they say that that's an alien flying in the sky, nope. Don't believe it. Not at all. You're telling me too much. Because there's all of these instances, and I'm going to leave y'all with this, because this video's gone on for a while now. There's all of these instances of big things happening, right? And we still don't have all of the information. Like the Trump assassination attempt. We still don't have all of the info. The manifesto of the what it was like a Christian school. Where was that? Nashville, I believe, Tennessee. We still don't have the manifesto of that. The Epstein list, we still don't have that. The Diddy list, we still don't have that. So when there is a major situation that comes out and they're like, well, this is what happened and this is how it happened and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, nah, I ain't believing a single thing of that. Same thing with the drones. You guys remember the drones? Now everybody's not talking about the drones anymore. Kind of interesting how that story just went quiet all of a sudden. But when they were telling us they don't know what these drones are, really? You could tell me, you could figure out exactly who was on the Capitol grounds on J6, even though their face was covered and they were only there for 2 minutes. You could tell me exactly who that person was. Trump, the famous clip of I think it was Byron Donalds and I can't forget the other brother's name. Wesley. Can't think of his first name. Wesley. Crap. Anyway, they were telling a story about Trump and he was sitting down with a guy and Trump was like, if there's so much as a hair harmed on an American's head, I will hurt you. And Trump set down the picture of the man's house in front of him and he walked out of the room. And the guy looked down at the picture and was like, oh, I thought I was hidden. Like he thought that nobody knew where he lived, but Trump did. And my point is, we can find somebody's bunker in a completely different country We can locate this thing, have missiles pointed at it, ready to launch, but you can't figure out where these drones came from that are flying over America? Really? Not buying it. I believe the exact opposite. You know exactly what these drones are, who launched these drones, and where they came from. You know the manufacturer of the drones. You know how long they flew, where they launched from, how fast they're flying. You know exactly the speed of the blades, their capabilities. You know everything. So when they tell us, no, we don't know, that's a load of crap. Anyway, y'all let me know what you thought about this one. I guess it is good to see some people telling the truth for once, but let's not give them too much credit because they're only telling it because they have to. Peace and love. I'm out.